With the Heists Heist being the newest DLC in the game, and it's been around 120 to 30 days since we last got that DLC, which I know, time flies by. I ranked about pretty much every heist in the game a couple months ago, and that video was amazing to make. I enjoyed that a lot, and you guys liked that. So we're going to be doing the opposite. We're going to be ranking every DLC in GTA Online from best to worst, in my opinion. Obviously, you guys will highly disagree with me. If you have your own list, do be sure to comment them down below and let me know from best to worst. But without further ado, let's rank every DLC from best to worst. We'll start it off with the Heists DLC. Personally, this is where I'm going to put this, and I'm going to put this, for my honest opinion, I'm going to put this in good. Now, there was quite a few downsides to this DLC, and we can all admit that ourselves, but there was also a lot of big things that were amazing about this DLC. First off, we got a completely new expanded island, which we had never seen before. Like, that was completely new. I mean, after 8 years of the game being out, it was about time we got something expanded to the game, but that was awesome. But it wasn't available in free mode, and a lot of people were quite not happy about that, and I personally was as well. That was kind of sucked, I can't lie to you. But the thing is, other than that, the DLC was amazing. The vehicles were a bit dry, I can't lie. The vehicles choices weren't the best. The execution of the vehicles was terrible. The idea of it was amazing, but the execution wasn't right there. But yeah, the vehicles were amazing. Toreador, we got that. But most of the other vehicles weren't the best. The heist itself, for the biggest DLC, we gotta admit it wasn't the biggest DLC. We kind of have to like step it up there. But the fact that the Rockstar devs did this at home, all of this at home, they did a really good job. And to get a complete separate island, a completely expandable heist that we can do constantly, it was amazing. But the vehicles, we got a few drip feed to keep the DLC sort of fresh, but that didn't work out as much as Rockstar was planning it to. But yeah, it didn't go down the best in my opinion, but overall it's gotta go in good, because you can't lie, it was a very decent overall DLC. Next off, we have Los Santos Summer Special. I'm gonna put this in worst. At first, everyone was like, wait, this is the biggest DLC you were talking about? This was back in the summer of 2020, and we were all at home, we were all in lockdown, and this DLC sucked. We got a few yacht missions, a few vehicles, and boom, that was it. And everyone was thinking, well, this is what you've been hyping us about, but obviously that was the Heists DLC that they were talking about that we got later that year. But the thing is, Los Santos Summer Special wasn't the best. We got a few yacht missions that paid terrible, so for money wise, the yacht missions weren't all there, and the basic idea was not executed properly as well. Like, same with the Heists DLC vehicles, like it wasn't executed properly. They could have done a lot more with this DLC, but all we did was get a few vehicles, which in my opinion we did get actually really good vehicles on this DLC, but overall it has to go in worse because we really didn't get that much to it. And it was sort of, we got a treasure hunt, but once you've done the treasure hunt, you're never going to do it again. So that was pretty much the only fun, exciting thing that we could do. Personally, the treasure hunt was kind of cool, and the vehicles as well, but overall, it has to go in worst. Next up, I'm going to put the Diamond Casino and Resort. I'm going to put this in average. With the Diamond Casino Resort, we got the Diamond Casino, obviously, and we could see that coming, right? Because we got the construction and the casino, we were like, okay, big things are going to happen with this casino. And we were all expecting it after a long time. We were like, surely they're going to do something with the casino that's in the centre of goddamn Los Santos. But we finally got something to happen with it. And overall, the missions for this DLC were a lot of fun, and the payouts as well were amazing. You could do all these separate side missions with your mates, and they were very fun to complete. And we got a few new side quests with Miss Baker as well, where you could phone her and do a few missions on the side, which also could be fun as well. And we also got the Diamond Casino wheel, and the betting and everything like that, which if in your country they banned it, which sucks as well for some people. They do have limits for this DLC, which was kind of annoying for a lot of people, because all they wanted to do was spin the wheel and give the casino a little try, but they couldn't. But overall, the missions were a lot of fun. The chips as well, you could get chips and currency. It was amazing. Overall, this DLC was pretty good. The vehicles as well, we got the Paragon R Armored, which was a very good vehicle in my opinion, one of, if not the top best armoured vehicles that you could unlock with doing the missions, which again, the missions were a lot of fun in my opinion, and to complete them all, it was a fun. I can't lie. So it does deserve a spot in average. Okay, next up, I'm gonna put Smugglers Run. I've actually kind of got a. This is gonna be very biased, but I'm gonna put it in average. No, if I could put it in between terrible and average, I would 100% do that. But I'm gonna put it in terrible, and we might put it up in average in a second. But Smugglers Run, don't get me wrong, it was, in my opinion, a very well thought out DLC. Overall, the hangar was an amazing idea, but the execution of a business for the hangar wasn't the best. Overall, for the Smugglers Run, the hangar was just mainly a very good idea for storing aircrafts. Like, for a business side of it, I didn't really see that happening. I didn't really see that working out. It didn't work out as planned. The payouts were very bad for the business, and that's why it is one of the worst businesses. But we're not looking at this via businesses or money making, to be honest. We're looking at it via like the content that we got. Now, the missions for these supply missions, sell missions, were amazingly thought out and a lot more elaborate than other sell missions that we have in the past. Like, trust me, these were some very, very crazy missions. But for someone who, maybe I just want to grind out a hangar one day and I just want to do a bit of crates, these missions were very long and tedious. 20 minutes, don't get me wrong, they were fun and all. You had to skip a few jets here and there. You had to go and collect, like, this plane and steal a crate. It was a lot of fun, but for someone who just wants to maybe quickly smash out a business and do a few supply missions, they sucked because you had to do so much in so long of a time, and it kind of was annoying. But overall, the vehicles for this DLC were huge. We got so many new aircrafts because obviously this was a huge aircraft DLC. We got amazing aircrafts in this DLC. It was probably the biggest DLC for aircrafts we've ever had, and in my opinion, it was a really cool DLC for aircraft. So in my opinion, I'm gonna put this bang on in average because the aircrafts that we got were very good. But overall, the execution of the hangar wasn't the best when it comes to a business. All right. Next up, we have Criminals and Other Enterprises. This is going to go in average. Between average and terrible. So in this DLC we got the yacht, which is the most expensive property you can own in the game. Overall, it served no purpose until we got the Santos Summer Special, which made us do missions which paid terrible, which we already mentioned. But the yacht was a very big, cool concept. A lot of these concepts in DLCs were amazingly thought out, but the execution wasn't quite there. Overall, you can't really do that much with a yacht. And we also got access to the VIP missions and the Securo serve with this DLC. So, in my opinion, I'm going to have to whack it in average because the VIP missions are some of the best ways to make money as a beginner, and they're a lot of fun, like your Headhunter, your Sightseer, such as the Securo serve and your missions. They were a lot of fun, don't get me wrong, and they're still the best ways to make money as a beginner. But yeah, the yacht, it was a very thought out plan, very well thought out, but execution wise, not very good. This DLC did bring a lot of content, got a few new vehicles, got the yacht, and the VIP missions, of course, was Secure Serve, but overall, it has to stay an average in my opinion. Next up, we have import and exports. I'm gonna have to put this in somewhere around good or best. I'm gonna put it in good for now, but this DLC, no, it's going in good. It's going in best. This has to be one of the most best DLC we've ever gotten. We got so many good businesses and DLCs with this. It was phenomenal. Obviously, with the other criminals and Enterprise Pack and stuff like that, we got obviously the Secure Serve and the VIP missions. But with this, they stepped it up a ton. We got the Vehicle Warehouse, the Crate Warehouse, and those are some of the best businesses in the game. They were so much fun. But with this DLC, we got probably some of the best vehicles in the game. We got so many special Secure Serve vehicles, it's unreal. We got the Phantom Wedge, the Ramp Buggy, the Rocket Voltic, all of these crazy vehicles that we enjoy still to this day. We got them in this DLC. And the Vehicle Warehouse, I can't even begin with the Vehicle Warehouse. We got the Vehicle Warehouse, which is one of, if not still, the best business in the game. We could smash these out over and over, and it was a lot of fun. And personally, the vehicles that we got, the massive array of vehicles, was just topped it off in my opinion. So it has to go in best. Next off, we have the original Heists. Now, I should have probably put this at the start because it's the OG, the first ever DLC we got in GTA Online. Can you believe that? 6 years ago, I know. and it's going in best. For OG's sake, I'm putting it in best. With this DLC, we got the first sort of look at money making and the first sort of look at GTA Online as itself. We got the heist Fleeca job, Pacific Standard, all of the OG heists, and this was like a big step up for us beginners when we first started out as OG times back in 2014. We were like, this game's so dry, rooftop rumble, we can't keep doing this. But then the heist came out and we had a meaning to do something. Fleeca job was like the OG heist, the first heist in the game, which we already covered that in the heist tier list. Check that out if you want to. And yeah, this DLC was amazing for OG's sake, so I gotta put it in best for the OG people out there. And yeah, it tops it off. Like, you can't lie. It's a one-of-a-kind DLC. Next up, we have gun running. Okay, now, thinking about this, I'm kind of confused where I put this. But I'm going to put it in somewhere around good and average. Now, gun running obviously brought the bunker and the whole use of the business itself and research, of course. But it also started to get into that, like, bunker, like, the futuristic vibe. Because we obviously started to go down that path of, you know, we were leading to that area. And you know what we were getting ourselves into. We know what GTA Online was starting to become. Bunker, all this futuristic stuff, all this like, crazy stuff. It was starting to go down that path. But this business is one, and still is one of the best passive businesses in the game. You leave it running in the background, it's a lot of fun to do. And we also got a cool array of weapons as well. We got explosive ammo, which we could unlock via research, which again, that was something new that we got in this DLC. Research, we'd never seen that before. It was a lot of fun in my opinion. And the bunker, again, it's one of the best businesses in my opinion, and it's a lot of fun to run. But the vehicles as well, we got the MOC, we got all of these weaponized vehicles and the armored vehicles. We've got a lot of armored vehicles in this DLC. The weaponized Tampa, all of these vehicles. It was a huge array, but especially the bunker. I gotta put it in this spot, and it has to go in this spot. Otherwise, I would put it in good, but average is where it's gonna stay. Okay, next up, I'm gonna put After Hours, and it's going in worst, and you know why. You know exactly why. I would put it in best if I could, but I can't. It has to go in worst. After Hours was introduction to the nightclub. And don't get me wrong, the nightclub is the best, like one of my favourite businesses in the game. It is indeed the best solo and passive business. I love it. And we got a lot of crazy outfits, vehicles as well. But the main reason I'm putting it in worst is because we got the Oppressor Mark Ii. This is a big controversy in GTA Online. Oppressor Mark Ii, best grinding vehicle, best griefers vehicle. It is what it is. I have to say it. And we got it introduced in this DLC, and it started to ruin the meta of GTA Online, and the GTA Online era was absolutely destroyed because of the Oppressor Mark II. But other than that, the reason I'm putting in worst is because of the Oppressor Mark II. That's the only reason. Other than that, we got the nightclub, we got a lot of cool vehicles, the Terabyte obviously, which obviously links to the Oppressor Mark II. We got the client jobs as well, which were really fun, and we just got a whole lot of new content on this DLC. We even got the Scramjet as well, which is still one of the most fun vehicles. But yeah, because of Oppressor Mark II, it has to go in worst, unfortunately. Okay, next we have Doomsday Heist, and I'm going to put this in... This is very different, like, where I can put this. I'm going to put it in terrible, because again, it started to lead into the more futuristic vibes again. And this was before After Hours, and it was leading to the path of the Oppressor Mark II. Obviously, we got the Luxor, which was very, very hugely bringing us to that futuristic part of GTA Online, and obviously a flying vehicle, great idea, but we could have easily avoided this. We couldn't have made it so OP. Now this is where it started to get really futuristic, but the heists were some of the most complex and best heists in my opinion. They were so much fun, but they were so long and continuous and such a big grind. But the vehicles in this DLC were huge. The content in this DLC was huge, but overall the setups and just everything that we had to do for the heist itself for the content, it was a big grind. The setups had setups themselves, if that makes sense. We had to do so much extra work, and although that was fun to do, it was kind of, you know, tedious and a big grind to do. But the heist itself, the finales were can't lie about that, they were great. But the vehicles started to get into that path, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. jetpack, deluxo, tank. It was really destroying it at that point. But other than that, this DLC could have been the best, but unfortunately it started to really up the futuristic vibe of GTA Online, which I was not into. Okay, bikers. This is going to go in average. And the reason to put them in average is because obviously with this DLC we got the MC businesses. We got 5 new businesses, but they're pretty much just reskins of the same business, right? They all run the same, they all work the same, they all produce the same money the same. It's pretty much like that. But overall, as much as they were reskins and we got 5 different businesses, they were still pretty fun, and we got completely new things, and it was so much fun to get, and we could work up for them, grind up for these businesses and see how they all worked, and it was so fun to do. And we also got a lot of good vehicles in here. We got a few bikes as well, and it was really good. And don't get me wrong, as much as the businesses were reskins and they're pretty much useless now, the only reason we really use the MC businesses in 2021 is to link them to our nightclub, let's be honest here. But other than that, this DLC was really good, I can't lie, it was very good. But the businesses were a lot of fun to work up to and buy, and obviously we got the clubhouse as well, and that was the whole thing. But yeah, that is where it has to be. I'm going to put it at average, and yeah, that's just where I'm going to put it. Alright, Arena War. Who actually remembers this DLC, you know? I really don't. I'm going to put it in terrible. To be honest with you, this DLC was hugely hyped. This DLC was, at the day of launch, people were very skeptical and not enjoying it. I remember that a lot. I was watching a few live streams on it. People weren't enjoying it. But personally, like I've said a lot about GTA Online and Rockstar Games, the plan is amazing, but the execution is terrible. It's not there. You know, the Maze Bank Arena, it was sat there for years and years, and there was nothing done with it. And we were like, surely they're going to do something. It's a big arena. Surely they can somehow think of something. And they finally came up with something. An all-out deathmatch with crazy vehicles to the death. It was a very cool idea. And the vehicles that we got in this DLC were really good. We actually got really, really crazy, like zombie apocalyptic type vehicles. And overall, they were very cool for our vehicles, in my opinion. But overall, this DLC, it was a lot of fun. I can't lie. You know, you hopped in a few games, you played it around, you enjoyed it, you had a bit of fun. You can't lie about that. You did have a bit of fun, even if you didn't like the DLC. But other than that, you really didn't hop in ever again. The only reason you would ever hop back in is, well, never, to be honest. But yeah, the missions were cool, only for a bit though. And the vehicles as well were cool, but only for a bit. Okay, finally, the Diamond Casino Heist. This has to go in good. I'm going to put this in good because we got the Diamond Casino Heist right. This, at the time, that was the best money making method. And overall, I really can't complain about this DLC. I can't. Like, this DLC was amazing. We also got the Zabba, which was a very strange vehicle. I don't know why that was ever in the game. And one of the most dumbest vehicles, in my opinion. And that's why I put it in my dumb vehicle list. But yeah, this DLC was a lot of fun. We got the Diamond Casino Heist. We got 3 different approaches to complete a heist and 3 different ways to approach something that we had never seen before. And it was completely new. It's something that we'd never seen. It was completely separate to the Doomsday Heist and other heists that we'd seen in the past. But yeah, the Diamond Casino Heist was a lot of fun. It was an extension to the original Diamond Casino Resort, which came, I'm pretty sure, like 4 or 5 months after the Diamond Casino Resort DLC, and a lot of people were speculating that we would have to rob the place, and we did, and that was how it worked out. And ever since that, until the Car Brigade DLC, we did nothing but grind the casino heist, and it was the best money making method. But other than that, cool vehicles. Like, not as much vehicles though. We didn't get that many vehicles, to be honest. Just for the Car Brigade DLC, you know, we didn't get that many cool vehicles. Some of them were cool, but some of them weren't, if you get what I mean. And we also got the Invade and Persuade tank as well, which is, again, a very big meme, dumb vehicle. We got quite a few dumb vehicles in this DLC, now that I think about it. But yeah, that's my tier list. What do you guys think? Let me know if you have a different tier list in the comments below. I would definitely look for those and see if you guys just disagree or agree. This is going to be completely, in my opinion. You have an opinion as well. You can leave yours below, because none of you will agree with this, that's for sure. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope this was a cool, fun video that we could all do together, and I hope you guys did enjoy. And I will see you all later.